Okay, so I'm actually a pretty big fan of paddleboarding, and I wanted to make a review about the paddleboard that I personally use, which is the Advenor Inflatable Paddleboard. Now, I've used a lot of paddleboards since I've been interested in it, and I have some family that have other ones, like an actual hard shell one. So I'm going to try to get into some of the differences between that and inflatable, but really more just like inflatables in general compared to the Advenor. So, I bought the Advenor inflatable paddleboard around 3 years ago, and I spent about $160 on it. At the time, I was looking for the cheapest board I could possibly find that was inflatable and fit in my car. And honestly, I still use it all the time. I feel like paddleboards are one of those things where you can spend an absolute insane amount of money on it if you want to. But, there's definitely people that are super into it, comparing board materials and speed and all that. But that's not really how I do things. Like I was saying, I was pretty much just looking for the cheapest thing I could find. I wanted something I could throw in my car and take to lakes without needing roof racks or a giant garage. And honestly, I've been insanely happy with it. The biggest thing is that it's super stable. I thought I was going to be falling off nonstop, especially because when I bought it, I hadn't actually been paddleboarding that much. But it's actually pretty hard to tip over unless you're just being crazy. Some of my friends have tried it out too, and that have never paddleboarded before, and they were able to adjust to it pretty quickly. The portability part is honestly pretty underrated. It just rolls up into a backpack. This was the main reason I bought it instead of buying a hard board, is that it just wouldn't fit in my car. Now, there are some cons, I would definitely say. It's definitely not some super high performance board. Like, if you're trying to go really fast or do long distance paddling, there's probably way better options that cost a lot more. And it comes with a hand pump, which is not great. I will say the hand pump would take me like 15 minutes, and it felt like I was working out while I was doing it. But, for like $50, I was able to buy something that just plugs into my car and then blows the whole thing up for me. And it takes about 2 minutes tops now, so that's really good. I also noticed that when it's windy, you kind of have to correct your direction more than if you're using a hard shell board or something like that. But if you're looking for a paddleboard that's more casual, that you can use just to, take it out on the lake, chill for a bit, float around, hang out, I honestly think that the Advenor Inflatable Paddleboard is not just a good board for the price that it's at, but it would be hard to find a better inflatable board to begin with. Mine's lasted 3 years now, and I haven't exactly treated it carefully. Also, if you're interested in the Advenor Inflatable Paddleboard, I have an Amazon storefront. You can check it out, link in bio. But thanks for listening to my review on the Advenor Inflatable Paddleboard.